All right, we're going to try something here that's a little bit new on Blackhawk TV. What you see here is the November 6th, 2010 Level 3 game. Baldwin-Woodville hosting Northwestern. It was Cody Behrens putting one back deep. Northwestern starting out at the 20. There was a lot of message board chatter leading into this game about how it was all going to go down. You'll see this is at King Field. Blackhawks were hosting a Level 3 game before the rules changed. And having not hosted Level 2, Blackhawks got to host Level 3. The big fullback here for Northwestern, I believe, was TJ Plakowski. Was a big dude. Obviously number 11 here for the Hawks. Jake Kiefer, who went on to play for the Badgers. The conditions on this day, it was cool. The sun, I think, maybe makes it look like it wasn't as cold as it was. It was a chilly day, and the Hawks had just come off of a big Level 2 victory at Somerset. First possession here, Northwestern started in their own territory and eventually leads to a punt. You'll notice Jake Kiefer back deep. Blackhawks led by senior quarterback Jordan Wire. You'll see the offense looks a little bit different. Riley Anderson is going to be the primary ball carrier in this game. He actually carries it 27 times. Hawks were still throwing the ball quite a bit. Going for it there on second down. Again, that's Cody Behrens. He was a leading receiver on this team. A lot of Riley Anderson. He was an exceptional running back. Tried to get the ball to Jake. Tried to get him going early. You'll see we're able to make it into Northwestern territory. Jake leading the way for Riley quite a bit. Senior heavy team, Jordan Wire keeping it on that play. Getting the first down and getting the ball to Jake in the flat. At this point, I think those in the stands, those on the sideline felt pretty good, moving the ball as quickly as we had. You see Riley breaking off that first touchdown. Box score says 14 yards on that. I don't think it was quite 14. But at 4:27 of quarter number 1, the Blackhawks leading 7-0. Cody with another touchback. And this was a very good Blackhawk defense. So, like I mentioned, a lot of seniors, but there were some underclassmen who played a pretty big role as well. Box score has Jake down for 15 total tackles in this game. Brody Newton, you'll see number 20. He's usually at the end of the boundary making the tackle there. He had 10 tackles. Drew Dahl, number 35, had 8. There's that big fullback, TJ Plakowski. 16 carries on the day here, total 65 yards. But the ability to move the ball in the middle of the field especially, but really moving the ball at all wasn't really happening for Northwestern. It's about as creative as offense has got in 2010, the old direct snap to the running back. There's a couple fun things that happen later in this game that I'll point out. I don't know how much you'll see on the film. Obviously, we're watching just the plays, but there's some fun stories to tell. 2 possessions for Northwestern. There's your second punt. Hawks take over still in the first quarter. I mean, if you watch close, you'll see there's some stuff that still look kind of familiar from a 2010 offense. Here we go into quarter number 2. 2010 offense to the 2023 offense. One of the formations is similar. Obviously, we're out of the gun now. Here we were all under center. Again, trying to get the ball to Jake. He's going to touch it only 5 times in this game, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But the job was to get a win, and the Hawks got that done. There's that motion that you see, and the draw play that we used to have that fooled the camera there. But this is kind of the same thing as our jet. Jordan going across the middle there, and pass getting broke up. Don't see a lot of traps from the Hawks anymore, but we certainly had that in the bag back in 2010. Jump ball to Cody Behrens, and that ball falls incomplete. And on the Hawks' second possession, the ability to move is not quite as good. And they're going to punt, and not a real good punt. Northwestern starts their third possession, again deep in the Hawk or in their own territory. They start with a motion penalty, and on second down, Jake gets into the backfield. Pretty excited, pretty excitable. Again, not a lot of real estate there for Northwestern. Held to about 130 yards on the whole afternoon. And another 3 and out. A good punt with the long kicks, and now this long punt that's going to just reach the end zone. It appears that there was a little bit stronger wind right to left than I remember. There's what is now similar to our jet sweeps. Derek Wire was just a sophomore, Jordan's little brother. Had a lot of success on those sorts of plays in his career. The Hawks on this season finished the season 11-2. Riley getting into space. No, that's Derek. Almost to midfield. Riley was the bell cow, not only in this game, but over the course of the season. It's a good tackle there by Northwestern, and forces the Blackhawks into another fourth and long. One big run, but can't continue to maintain the drive. Jordan Wire punting this time. Again, into the wind, so the field doesn't really flip much there. Northwestern takes over. They've had 3 empty drives. In this fourth drive, they start with a completed pass. They ended up attempting 20 passes. Quick cut there, but you could see Northwestern pushes ahead for the first down. Quarterback was Cody Contney. good pursuit, good pass rush, good cover by the Hawks. See, trying to draw the Hawks offside there on third down, and we go back to Blackhawk, and he's going to barrel ahead for a first down and into Blackhawk territory. Now a little sweep action. There's Andrew Dahl, 35, chasing that play down, making the tackle. He was a junior on this team. And a pass that got behind the secondary there. Jake was able to recover and knock that down. Huge play at the time. Bukowski running over some Hawks and deep into Baldwin-Woodville territory. So ball at the 25, best field position they've had so far, best drive they've had so far. Wheel route that gets a little bit too far ahead of the receiver. And another pass play here. And completed it inside the 15. So Northwestern with a 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. They go fade. Incomplete. Cameraman got excited. Fade. Overthrown. And on third down, they go slant, which was a great ball play by Nick Coltrane. And now on fourth down, Northwestern, another pass, and overshoots the receiver. So after a great drive, Northwestern fails to plug it into the end zone, and they're now kicking off to start the second half. It's Cody Behrens who gets out to about the 25-yard line. So great hold by the Hawks. They take over on their 25-yard line. Second man through there. Riles is going to take it across the 30. Second and short for the first down. That first down play a little less successful. And now a 1st and 15. Actually, that should have been second down, but the stick looked like it said first down. Yeah, this is 3rd and 8. Tight end looky. Jordan to Jake across midfield. Big play at the time. More Riley Anderson, and not a lot doing there. Loss of 2. Here we see the draw. I think Northwestern saw that one coming a little earlier in the with 2nd and 12, and here we have that counter to Derek, and he's able to get to the perimeter, but the laundry on the field suggests that we're moving back on a hold, and here we go, 2nd and what appears to be 21. Jordan flushed, throws it downfield. That must be Riley. Yeah, he had a couple of catches, so another big conversion. And this drive feels like it's happening pretty quickly, through what you're seeing with the way that it's cut. But that was twice, very far behind the sticks. Being able to convert, over the course of the game. I feel like this drive was like an 8 or 9 minute drive. From the 26, now we're into the red zone. There's that toss that it's very much like what we try to do with our Jets. Derek gets to the edge that time, and you see a little wishbone action and a false start. Backing up. And we're back to the lookie. It's covered. And Jake makes a spectacular bobbling catch. And, they called that incomplete. I thought that was a catch, but quadruple coverage. Now we go kind of fade action to convert there in between multiple defenders. You see back to the wishbone. Stuffed inside the 5. Jordan tries to get to the edge, and it's just not happening. Now we're back to about the 8-yard line. Jordan dumps it off to his brother. He gets through traffic. You can't tell, but he dives for the pylon. He gets the pylon. Cody kicks that one into the wind to take a 14-0 lead. Shorter kick. And a good return for Northwestern. A little bit more room there. Casey Leggett is that player. He actually carried the ball 8 times, but also led them in receiving. We haven't seen a lot of catches here for Northwestern, but they're going to have to resort to throwing the ball soon, I feel like. Here we have one to Leggett in the flat. He's going to just gain a couple. Good coverage there. That brings up 3rd and 7. Bukowski is going to get stopped. Looks like just over midfield, and here we turn. So that was the entire third quarter. It was all Blackhawks and just a little bit of Northwestern when they have 4 or 5 plays. Like a little option there. Northwestern getting the first down, back to Bukowski. The story, and I don't know if it's happened at this point yet, but Coach Kiefer always had words, focus words or lessons or character building things. And in this particular game, he was trying to get, I think it was the defense's attention. I think it's probably right around this time as Northwestern starting to drive a little bit. And he's hollering. He's trying to get the attention of the players, and we're bending a little bit. Obviously not breaking, but we're bending, and he's hollering. And the word that week was composure, or maybe it wasn't that week, but a recent week. And as he's screaming out at his guys on the field, our captain, number 11, his son, turns to Coach and says, "Coach, composure." And Dan stopped yelling, and the defense there, it's the ball dropped in the end zone, ball hits the ground. The defense with their back against the wall. Another pass breakup. The defense is going to face, I want to say this is 4th down. Overshoots their receiver. And it's a turnover on down. So 14-0. At this point, over halfway through the 4th quarter. And it's just a matter of trying to run that clock out. It seems a little less climatic when you watch it with just the plays and you get 22.5 minutes of footage and not the 2.5 hours. But it was a fun day. I think the Hawks actually turned it over. So trying to run the clock out. The Hawks fumbled but are able to recover. At this point, they carry a 14-0 lead midway through the 4th. Riley Anderson with the touchdown run. Derek Wire with the touchdown catch. The Hawks had one level 1 at King Field, one level 2 at Somerset on a Saturday afternoon, and here face the Northwestern Tigers at a level 3 at home. Northwestern here is going to get the ball back, and without much time left, they're just going to have to resort to throwing the ball. Haven't had much success in the air, so they're going to throw it, they're going to run it. You see Jake with the pursuit and the tackle and counter action there, gets the stick moving. It's Northwestern again in Blackhawk territory. Back to throw, broke up by Jake Kiefer. He seemed to drop a lot more balls on defense than he did on offense. He was a pretty spectacular ball catcher. Northwestern going deep, and Ryan Mullins, free safety, Andrew Dahl, strong safety, there to break that up. Second and long, it appears to be. Really good play there by Drew Dahl again. Looks like we're going to see that had the makings of a double pass. All those guys downfield, just a wide receiver screen, trying to get back to get the first down and not able to do it. Here we have Riley Anderson across midfield. At this point, it's Hawks watching the back judge for the play clock. 10 seconds, he puts his hand up. 5 seconds, he starts to count. Typically at 5 seconds, your quarterback goes underneath and takes the snap. And with that, the Hawks win 14-0 and head to level 4.